Okay.
Alright.
You gotta be
got
lightning hands McQuick intro.
I'm going to beat
I
you
was
to
about
death
to
with
say,
a
if
rock.
you bring that up, I swear!
Guys, let us do the intro. We have to start.
Okay. This is stay again. Hello everybody, my name is Mikey, and I will be your dungeon master for today, holding your hand to guide you on your journey through the desert. It is early in the morning. You find yourself at what looks like the edge of the world. Before you, as far as you can see, is sand. Rolling golden dunes shimmering with heat, reflecting the early morning sun in a way that makes the light dance. The road you have travelled thus far has been reliable, walked by as many people now as it was in the past and will be in the future, allowing you to meet your fellow adventurers sharing the same goal as you. But ahead, there is no road. There is no guidance. Just shifting golden sand. The line between grass and sand is solid and jarring, a definitive border between two worlds. And this border is where we find our party. Once strangers, they have been brought together by their journey to the desert and further north to the capital city of Tristel. They have their own goals, their own journeys to complete, their own adventures to go on. But right now, they stand at the edge of the desert. And the desert is where our story takes place. Party, if you would like to introduce yourselves and your characters, please.
Okay. Checkender, or check. They, well, he, they, it pronouns. Forgot my own pronouns. I have Acacia, who is a sandcat tabaxi, who uses they, them pronouns. And they are very familiar with the desert, but have never personally crossed it or entered very far.
Hi, I am Val, Valorant Talking Points for long. I use they, them pronouns or any others you find convenient. And today I am playing Athena. I am a Furbog cleric, and I use he, him pronouns. And I am not familiar at all with the desert, and I'm quite scared.
And I guess it's my turn now. Hi. It's me, Dionysus. You know me, you love me. It's that damn mushroom again. My pronouns are it, rot, and they. And today I am playing Ellie, a 1T cleric. I'm so cleric core, you guys.
Slaying absolute
Yay.
cleric.
Ellie's pronouns are she, her, also.
Yeah. Hi, it's me again. It's Hermes, the most annoying guy alive. I use TikTok or they, them pronouns, but the character I'm playing, their name is Genesis. They use they, them pronouns. I'm playing a half-elf artificer. Thumbs up.
Hi, I'm Ren. I am playing a paladin named Tarragon. And, well, the both of us use it, so it's not like you can get confused.
Hi, I'm Echo Void. I use he, him, they, them, and a air. And I'm playing an Owlin Bard named Tawny, who uses any pronouns, but I'm probably going to end up defaulting to they, them because I'm cringe. And they've also got a pet mouse called Squeakers. Who's he, him.
Squeakers are beloved. Squeakers are absolute
Holy
beloved.
shit.
Can we get Squeaker's pronouns?
He, him.
Awesome.
Awesome.
This is a win.
Alright, so you guys are at the edge of the desert. This is your chance to take it from here. You're heading into the desert. You know this. You may have already been acquainted with each other. You may have just appeared in each other's sights. But yeah, start your journey. What are you up to?
Yeah.
Good question.
I think that, like, Genesis and Athena are probably, like, standing next to each other while Athena's standing. I think, like, Genesis is just...
We're friendly acquaintances, so...
Yeah. And I think Genesis is, like, on the grass side of the desert just staring at the hard line and going, it's too late to buy a boat ticket, isn't it? It's too late?
We could turn back, maybe.
No,
Do you have the
I don't think
money
you
for a
can.
boat ticket?
I mean, but all of them have already left by this time in the morning, you know? And then I'd have to wait a whole nother day and I don't want to delay anything, you know? We gotta get
Yeah,
across this. We know where we're going, and we have a timetable to keep up.
that is true.
Mm-hmm. Well, no time like the present. And Genesis is gonna wheel onto the sand.
Athena follows.
Tarragon is going to very carefully poke its plate armor clad foot into the sand just to see the general stability of it.
It's sand. It's a desert. It's sand. It's difficult to walk on, but it's no worse than sand.
Ugh.
Oh.
I I'm wishing that I'd had the money for a boat now as well. I I hadn't thought about the fact that it was sand, which I know that sounds stupid, but
No, you don't realize it's sand until you see the
Yeah!
sand.
until
And
you're
like,
there, yeah.
yeah, and God, it just the fuck. Yeah, now I've already just crossed the point of no return, but like god damn, this is hard to wheel and why did I do this? Oh well, I've opened this can of worms, I'm lying in it.
I suppose so. Me too. And Tarragon steps properly onto the sand and attempts to keep its balance.
I I think at this point, Ellie has been kind of sort of like hanging back and kind of watching these three people sort of interact with one another, kind of sussing out, okay, you two probably know each other at least a little bit, and you are maybe stranger to the rest of the group. All right, yeah. And then she's going to like get a little bit closer to the line and be like, "How's it looking over there, boss?" To Tarragon, because Tarragon seems more like an adventurer than the other two, I think.
Uh, Sandy,
Well, I could have told you that.
I don't know what else you want. I'm not exactly a desert expert.
Well, you seem to be an expert in, I don't know, something. All of you seem very well traveled, I suppose.
That's incorrect. Sorry.
No, it's
I've
fine.
been places.
I've been wrong before. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not much of a traveler myself. This is the first real sort of traveling I'm ever going to do. Hopefully the first of many, but I mean, if we're all crossing the desert, no reason why we shouldn't stick together, right?
It's safety in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't
Exactly
have
what
said it
I was
better
going to say.
myself. Couldn't have said it better myself, boss. And then I step over the line.
I think Acacia has been sort of standing back and, like, monitoring everyone, making sure, like, they seem to have everything that they'll need to get across. Because I, Acacia has, Acacia is well traveled. They have traveled with their family before. They're traveling back to a place that they have been once before. However, they've never particularly taken this route, despite being raised near the sands and being incredibly comfortable. They're still a bit wary, but they care more for they care about others and want to make sure everybody else seems to be doing okay. So they more wordlessly cross the line. However, they do stick close to the group and are they're just trying to be they're getting a bad grade in social interaction.
So true.
So true. Tawny is the last one to even go close to the line. Really, they've just been hopping back and forth from foot to foot, a little bit away from where everyone else was, trying to look like they didn't really want to go across the desert. Unfortunately, in Snow Lake, they have much choice at this point, so they half walk, half hopping flap their way up to the line. and poke at the sand with their talons. There's no shoes that fit a bird.
It's sturdier than it feels once you're standing on it properly. Not much sturdier than it feels when you're poking your toe in, but it's something.
It's also very hot, and they immediately pull their foot back. And they look at this giant plate-armored creature and just sort of silently nod before taking a clumsy flight and flapping over the line. Landing on whoever's shoulder's willing.
I'm willing.
Yep, you now have a 2'3" owl on your shoulders.
Hell yeah.
How do you like being tall? I'm 7 feet 11 inches.
Don't worry too much about weight because Tawny is.
I'm a furbog. I have that is a racial ability as I'm stronger than I look.
Including gear, Tawny weighs 76 pounds.
So
That's-
small.
I
Like
think
that
I think
Owlin
Athena
inside
could.
of a
I think
suitcase.
Athena could lift that easily.
Yeah. Well, it looks like
Athena's
you got a
departed this way
passenger.
just fine.
Connie is carry-on bag size.
Yeah.
You have to take his ass through airport security.
I suppose our introductions in order.
I
well,
mean, yeah.
well, I'll go first if nobody else wants to. My name's Ellie. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You may call me Athena.
Hello, Athena.
He, him pronouns. I know it's a feminine sounding name, but please do not.
Oh, no, that's fair enough. I'm she, her, personally. Fine set of pronouns, if I do say so. I've had them all my life. They were a gift from my mother.
I
That's
picked
pretty
mine
good.
up myself. I foraged them in the forest.
Ah, hard-earned pronouns.
Yes.
If you can't get pronouns at home, store-bought are fine. I'm Genesis Lockhart. They, them.
Tawny, whatever works. I don't really keep my own pronouns. They're not really all that worth the time.
I'm Acacia. I use they them pronouns. Tawny, is it? I have foot wraps. I use them on my paws to help protect them from the heat of the sand during the day. I can offer to wrap your talons up if you would like.
It's okay. I need to get used to using my wings anyway, and yeah.
If you change your mind, just let me know.
Will do.
And you can always just... I can carry you. I'm stronger than I look.
Yeah, you do seem to be, though I've never been very heavy at all.
Tara kind of hanging back from the whole introducing oneself thing because it hasn't done this in a very, very long time.
Oh. I think, Genesis... No, go on.
It doesn't tend to introduce itself and make long-term friendships or travel with people. It's been a loner for most of the past 8 years. To a degree, at least.
So true. I think, Genesis would probably, roll back a little bit out of the group and look at Tarragon and go, and do you have a name, or...?
Oh, Tarragon.
Tarragon, that's a nice name.
Thank you. Picked it myself.
Yeah, so did I. Hey, that's pretty good.
Pronouns, it's, if you don't mind.
Well, of course. See, the easiest thing you can do in the world is gender someone correctly. I hope this helps.
I'm always saying that. So
So
true.
true.
People tend to see, big big tall person in plate armor and default to he, and I stopped bothering to correct him a while back. It's
Yeah.
it's nice to be in a group where people are gonna, listen and pay
Try.
attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, people will see the fact that I have long hair and try to default to she, her, or sometimes will take other traits of mine, such as the fact that I'm an artificer, and gender me as a guy, when neither of those things are true, you know?
Doesn't make much sense to me
Mm-hmm.
why people do that.
I haven't left my enclave very frequently, and all of them sort of know my whole thing, but I sort of wonder what I seem to outsiders.
You
Or
seem
well, I
like a
suppose I'm
friend.
the outsider.
Seem like a friend to me.
Thank you.
Alright. Are you guys gonna just be walking
Walk
and
and talk?
talking? You're
Let's
just
just
Yeah.
the good
You're
old
just
walk and talk, the
heading
classic.
on into the desert, getting to know
Yeah.
each other, making friends. Wonderful.
Tawny is
Ain't nothing
absolutely
gonna
using
break my
Athena as a
stride.
lookout
Nobody
post.
gonna slow me down.
This is
Alright.
the good thing about being 7 feet tall. Or, well, nearly
Also,
8.
at some point, everyone does hear a few muffled squeaks from Tawny's cloak.
Oh.
Excellent.
Oh.
Okay.
At some point,
Oh, go ahead.
Tarragon pulls out like a little bag of dried fruits and offers them to people.
Cute.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. That's very
Thank you.
nice of you, boss.
Enjoy them.
I appreciate the offer. I've brought plenty of food. In fact, if anybody else needs any more, I have plenty of rations with me.
So we're both well stocked then. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm glad that we're all prepared and so ready to go through this desert, you know?
I mean, if it's what we have to do, then I don't see the value in not preparing.
Yeah.
Although I'm mostly prepared when it comes to food. I mostly just prepared food. I don't know what I'm doing with regards to anything else. Which I maybe shouldn't have admitted to a group of almost strangers, but you're stuck
No,
with me
it's
now,
fine.
and I can cook,
I
so it's worth keeping me around.
Yeah.
I didn't quite have a lot of time to pack. I had been planning this journey for quite some time, but I wasn't it it started a little bit earlier than I had anticipated, so I was caught a little bit off guard. But everything seems to be right on track now.
Yeah. You know? I mostly just bought some like tools and equipment and stuff. I didn't really pack as much for a journey, you know, considering where Athena and I were going and all. I thought this wouldn't take very long, but given the look of this
Where
desert, maybe I should have packed more thoroughly.
where are you going, if you don't mind my asking, or is that too personal of a question? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Athena and I were actually invited to a wedding. See, my best friend,
Oh.
he spent the past, I don't know, almost a year planning a wedding in the capital city. And Athena and I were invited, and since we were going to leave town around about the same time, we decided to cross the desert together.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Your
Yeah.
best friend? How long have you known him?
Uh, gosh, it's almost been a decade now. We went to college together.
College. That must have been interesting. I've never uh my family doesn't really believe in public education.
I see, yeah. I
Mhm.
understand that. Well, it's never too late to start, if that's something
I
that ever
I
interests you.
oh, I couldn't agree more. I can't wait to get into the big city.
Yeah, what are you gonna do in the big city if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, well, I know I said I'd been planning this trip for quite some time, but oh, for a very long time I thought it was just a pipe dream. Um,
Is it
I
more
think
you planned the destination than what you were going to do?
exactly. That's exactly correct. I am meeting up with an old friend of mine, and we are going to see if we can start our own business, our own organization, as it were, for like-minded individuals such as ourselves.
Interesting. Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you. I appreciate that. He's a very shrewd businessman.
Mm-hmm.
We've known each other, God, must have been 15 years now.
Ooh, impressive.
Time flies, I'll tell you.
Mhm.
But I shouldn't go on about myself.
Hmm.
I fear my life isn't too interesting compared to someone as well traveled as, say, you, Genesis, for example.
Hmm. I mostly just spent my time, inventing, doing work. I don't go out much, but when
Mm-hmm.
I when I do get some time to myself and to my work, I'm able to do a fair amount of things.
That's interesting. I would quite be interested in maybe seeing some of your work someday. Once, well, we can
Ooh.
talk about that some other time, maybe.
Yes, maybe if you could stick around, where we're having the wedding.
Oh, I don't want to intrude on. This is a celebration of your friend and
His wife, yes, her
his
name's Michael.
wife, Michael. What a beautiful name. And how long have
Yes.
do you know how long they've been together, if you don't mind me asking? I know I'm asking you so many personal questions.
No, it's all right. I love talking about my friends. Oh my, I must have introduced them only a couple of years ago now, maybe 4 or 5.
Hmm, interesting. That's a very long time to be together. They've been planning
Mm-hmm.
this wedding for over a year?
Yeah, Charles has always had an eye for making sure that everything seems perfect and absolutely to the letter, so he wanted to make sure that all of the stars had aligned to just have the most excellent wedding.
Of course, of course. I've never been to a wedding myself. Well, hang on, I tell a lie. I'm so sorry. I haven't been to a wedding outside of my family.
Ah, I see.
Hmm. But
I've been to weddings. I suspect this one will be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
well, it's good to, explore outside of your own comfort zone, greener pastures, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like this is not exactly a greener pasture. It seems like this is a sandier pasture.
That is true. That's very true, Athena. You're very, I don't know. I've never met a furbolg before. Seem very, what's the word? Down to earth? Would that be correct?
Yes.
Hmm.
I was going to suggest the word foresty.
I've never been in a forest before.
I've very rarely left, so
Interesting. It's good to see we've got a nice big, sort of varied group of people we have here.
Mm-hmm. Such as Acacia, actually. Do you live around here? Are you very familiar with things nearby?
Yes, actually, um, I don't know how much you guys, how much is, well, commonly known. Tabaxis tend to live in sort of groups, more like family groups. Um, we we mostly live along, well, like outside of towns. Very rarely go in unless to like. I'd say about every month or so we go in to get supplies that we otherwise would not be able to get. For the most part, we trade, and mine is actually from fairly nearby. I still had to travel a decent ways to get to this point, but I've mostly grown up in and around the desert. Well, not in, but very near. Pardon, I don't mean to out myself for eavesdropping, but you two are going to a wedding?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. My best friend's wedding, up in the capital city.
That's lovely. I do wish them well.
Thank you. I'll pass that along.
All right. So you guys are walking for a little bit, and Tawny, you are in fact the first person to see this. From your very high vantage point, atop Athena's shoulder, you can see quite far and wide. I imagine you're good at seeing things, I guess, maybe, but you would notice, not on the horizon quite in the distance, but almost close, as if you should have noticed it sooner, but you were paying more attention to the conversation, mayhaps. But you notice a building. It's not directly in front of you. It would be veering off path a little bit, sort of eastwards, northeast, when you are supposed to be heading northwest. But yeah, slightly to the northeast direction, there is a structure that you can see.
They make a sort of slightly alarm call, slightly more like, hey, there's a thing, chirping noise, and point over with one arm and a wing towards the building.
Everyone is capable of seeing it, by the way, like, just to establish.
Holy shit, building.
I take a look. I take a look at the building.
It's the meant to be building? I don't know much about the desert.
I do not know.
I don't know.
Never heard of any buildings out here.
Is it bug? It's just the one building, right?
Just the
There's
one
nothing
building.
else?
Just the one building. You look at it. Since you're all paying attention right now, and I assumed you had continued walking. It's house shaped.
Should we invest? It might be best to leave it alone. I don't know. It just seems out of place, and usually you leave out of place things alone.
Well, it seems to be some sort of house, so might be. I mean, it's a bit odd that it's there all by itself in the middle of the desert, but might be a good place to stop and stretch our legs. Maybe we could, if there's somebody there, we can stop and maybe talk to them about best directions we should take, what to avoid, and such things.
Yeah, I agree with Ellie. Yeah, we can stop by, but like, I don't think we should at least like knock on the door or just check if anybody's home, you know?
And if something's wrong, I mean, if I was living out in the middle of nowhere, I'd be scared that if I got hurt, nobody would come to help me. So, I mean,
good point.
Yeah, might as well.
Onwards.
I'm mostly just worried I'll hit my head on the door frame.
Well, you'll just have to duck, won't you?
I'm used to that.
All right.
Tawny
so...
just sort of huddles down on Athena's shoulders, like, not
Crouching,
happy with this, but they're not flying the entire way across the desert here.
Real. So, you guys make your way over. And it takes a little while. It's strange. It takes a little bit longer than you expected, but it's kind of hard to judge distance with the way that the desert, like, the dunes roll like hills. Something looks closer than it actually is. But you get there after less than an hour. You've been walking for less than an hour. So, before you, there is a house. It is pretty suburban looking, which strikes all of you as being quite out of place in the desert. It's got 2 floors. The brickwork of the lower floor is dark grey, kind of rough looking, and the brickwork for the upper floor is more brown, but still a little ashy. There is one window on the ground floor facing you. The glass is dusty and difficult to see through, but uncracked, not damaged in any way. There is a doorway on the left-hand side of the building, and an additional section of the house that is only one floor and doesn't appear to have a proper roof, like a little utility hallway bit. You are approaching from the front of the house. Yeah.
Can I ask a very stupid question?
Of course.
I want to roll an insight check on the house. I want to, like, I don't trust this house, and I want to know if
You want to know this
I
house's
know it is
intentions.
probably, I know
wait.
it's probably not a living being, so insight probably makes no sense.
Roll
but I
insight.
don't trust this.
Roll
I
insight.
want to roll insight on the house.
Tarragon
I
could
don't even
also
know what
do
Athena's insight
divine
is.
sense on the house.
Roll
Divine
insight.
True.
Oh, my insight's fantastic, actually.
You want to
I'm
know
a
the
plus
Yeah,
house's
seven.
intentions.
How is a natural 20 for you?
It's a house.
Holy shit.
It's a house.
Okay. That's 27, by the way,
Let's
with
roll
my
the campaign and
modifier.
it don't mean anything. Woo!
Well,
It's a house.
It's a house.
That is
Better than it not being a house, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It could
Right.
be a creature. I don't
You know, I'm not sure I like this actually. Tony is right, this really is out of place. I don't know. I would expect a house built in the middle of the desert to be built using, things that you find in the desert. I don't know. Something about it doesn't strike me as
is out of place and it is unsettling.
Well,
But I rolled a 27 on insight. No, he doesn't say that.
no, he
That's
does not
a
say
thing
that.
that he says. I feel as though maybe it'll be fine.
Well, you
I
don't
don't
have
know.
Are
to.
you sure it's not a mimic? I feel like this could be a mimic, like a very, very big and old mimic.
It's a house. It's a house to, I think.
I'm just going to put this out there. If none of you want to go up to the house, none of you have to go up to the house. I'm just going to go knock on the door and see if anyone's home.
I'm
Yeah.
accompanying you. It's not safe
Yeah.
to do that
If you
just
insist.
on your own.
Tarragon, Ellie, and I will go knock on the door, and you guys can stay back here, and we'll show that everything's just fine.
It's just a house.
Mm.
It looks like my
Tawny
house.
is giving the house a huge squint, like, I know what you are, a mimic.
I
This is
also
a behavioral
thought it
paradise,
might be a
guys.
mimic.
Hmm.
You can't say that without. See, that's why I wanted to roll insight on the house, because the house nearly ate me one time, and I was like, I'm not going to let that happen to me again. I'm going to roll insight on this thing in case it's a creature.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bug, I don't like that face.
it could just be maybe the DC was 30 and a 27.
Maybe
didn't
the
have
DC was 30 and I just didn't
perceptions.
beat it.
In
Yeah.
any
You
case,
should have guidance yourself.
In
In
any
any
Maybe I
case.
should have
Yes.
guidance to yourself. You're
Faces.
so right.
Yeah,
In
many
any
such
case.
cases. Us three chuckle fucks roll up to the door.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna describe that bit a little bit more. So, the way the house is that you are approaching, at the front of the house. There is a doorway that leads. There's like it goes down a little ramp, and there's like it would only go down maybe a couple of inches in elevation, into this corridor that spans the length of the house, like front to back, and you can look out the other side, and it goes back up into the desert. The floor of this little corridor is stone, and you can see on your right, a little bit down, there is the door that would lead into the house, and to your left there is an open doorway, as in there is no door in it, it's just a doorway, and further down the corridor you can see another doorway.
Tarragon starts whispering a prayer. Just straight up.
That's reasonable.
So the door to your right, the one that leads into the house, it is a red door. There is a door knocker on it. The door knocker has like a little pattern of roses on it.
Oh, how
It's just-
cute.
Nice taste in interior decor. Hello? Is there anybody here?
Well, let's knock first. Come on now.
Yeah, okay, you knock, I'll call.
Okay.
Hello?
The door opens.
Oh,
Huh.
hello?
Is there anybody there?
There is not.
Nicholas got us all.
The door swings open and you see a kitchen. Yeah, kitchen. Do you step inside?
I'm just. I say to these two guys, This doesn't sit right with me. I'm gonna go see if someone's here. They might be hurt or something. And I step inside.
Okay. The room you are in also spans front to back of the house. You can see to your right there is the front window. It's covered in dust and grime and dirt. That's there's a kitchen area, and then to your left there's like a little dining room area and another window that looks out the back of the house. And then directly opposite you there is another doorway. There is no door in it, it's just a doorway that leads into a little hallway where you can just about see a staircase.
Okay. How like dusty is this kitchen? Like, is there like a inch thick layer of dust, or does it look like somebody was here recently?
It's a little dusty, but like not an incredibly overwhelming amount. It's dusty as if someone's forgotten to clean for a little bit or just hasn't bothered, and in the desert you could easily assume that it's a lot of dust. Yeah, it's a little dusty, but could be either way.
What I want to do is I want to look through some of the. I imagine there's like cabinets and drawers and
Yep,
such.
regular kitchen things.
Regular kitchen things. I just want to kind of have a little bit of a rifle through those, see if anything's like missing, see if somebody might have taken some utensils, see if there's any pots or pans missing, see if. Is there food in this kitchen?
No.
Okay. Is there any silverware?
Yeah, there's a drawer with silverware in it. You're just investigating the kitchen bit, yeah.
I cannot stress enough how unnerving this is for Tarragon. A kitchen empty of food? Like, it is scared. This is making it more scared than anything else that it has seen so far today.
Hey, Bug?
Yeah.
You said there was silverware, right? Is it like good silverware?
It's silverware. It's like...
It's not nothing fancy, it's just like basic, your bog standard.
Nothing fancy, yeah, it's just regular, like, middle class.
Okay, I close the drawer.
No silver spoon for today, boy. Close your mouth.
Shut the fuck up. There doesn't seem to. I call out to those other two. There doesn't seem to be anything or anyone here, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I do want to go look upstairs.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, how about
I would
you go look
advise
upstairs? I'll stay down here. I'll keep looking around the first floor.
Well,
you go upstairs.
Well, I would hope that you're staying down here. I don't know how practical it would be for you to get up there. But
I can get up the stairs, but emotionally imagine the toll.
Emotionally imagine the toll. Exactly. And I would not want you to take such an emotional damage at the very beginning of our journey.
Hold on.
Yes?
Yeah.
Both of you stop. I'm calling the others. I am not leaving either of you two alone. I do not trust this place. I'm getting the others and I'm supervising one of you and sending the other to supervise the other. And I walk out the door and, like, call the rest of the people over.
While Tarragon is gone, really quickly, I'm just gonna lean down to Genesis and go, that was a little bit much, don't you think? I mean, we're both adults.
Yeah, but I understand the concern. This is somebody's house. We still don't know if anybody's home. What if somebody decides to jump us while we're not looking?
They're gonna jump us. This is the worst scheme that could ever be schemed. It's an abandoned house.
No, abandoned houses are the perfect places for schemes.
All right.
I will heed Tarragon's call.
I will also.
Yeah. Athena is still
Tawny's
on.
still on my
Tawny
yeah.
is still. Yeah, and Athena's getting world's worst shoulder massage from Owl Talons.
So true.
This is fine.
As Tawny is just sort of nervously hopping from foot to foot and trying to remember not to dig claws into shoulder.
Bug, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I roll to see if there's like any signs of like danger in the house? Like investigation.
Yeah, you can roll investigation.
Okay, thank you.
But you're specifically looking
That's
for...
bad. Plus 3.
You're specifically looking for signs of danger. What sort of danger
Like,
would Acacia be looking for? Snakes?
Traps or
Snakes?
a floorboard that will break under your foot and make you like fall through and like slip through and break your ankle.
Okay.
Like the Scooby Doo bit.
That's your
I did
Scooby
roll a
Doo.
3.
You rolled a 3. You look
If
at
we
this-
don't trust that 3, I also have a find traps. If
you
Let's
know.
let Bug cook.
Yeah, guys, I don't know. I think that 3 is trustworthy.
You
Yeah, I
look
also
at this
agree.
house, and you think you see a snake.
It's me.
Guys, I think there's a snake in there.
Well, yeah.
well, shit, I guess I just have to trust that because find traps isn't gonna find a snake, and that is that'd be a little bit of a waste of a 2nd level spell.
Okay, so like I assume that the other guys like arrive and see the
Yes.
completely normal
And
house.
then the other guys appear.
Tawny is just going to immediately hop off Athena and start snooping.
Ooh.
Already here, might as well cause problems. Let's say opening drawers, rifling through belongings, not putting things back where they should be.
If you're doing that, you don't find much. You don't find as much as you think you should in a kitchen.
They at least pocket 2 forks.
Okay.
2 regular ass forks, nice.
A regular fork.
Number
It's
15, regular
terrifying
fork.
for a bug to write something down after you do something that causes problems.
Yeah, I'll
Listen,
explain.
it's
I'll
a
explain to
consequence.
camera. I'm taking physical notes, sir.
Awesome!
Many of us are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can I say that Genesis has been like putting stuff back after Tawny's been like rifling through? Genesis is like actively putting this shit back.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go check out, like the rest of the house, see if there's anything in here. Does anyone want to come with me? I know, Ellie, you were gonna go upstairs, right?
I was gonna go upstairs.
I'll come with you, Genesis.
Okay.
I can go with Ellie if need be.
Mm-hmm. That's fine
I'll
by
go with
me.
Ellie as well.
2 chaperones. Lucky me.
All
You
right.
are going further into the house, in fairness, which means there's more likelihood of danger, which means, look, I don't want to insult anyone here's combat abilities, but I do have, and like, it draws its sword. I do have like a really big sword, so I can probably deal with things.
I appreciate you and your really big sword, Tarragon. I'm
That's
sorry
a
if
very
I.
big sword.
And she's
I'm
the
sorry
sword.
if I insinuated
Yeah.
otherwise.
What? Tawny pulls out a small knife.
Genesis is going to pull the gun out from the inside of their jacket and be like,
What's that?
Oh, this is actually one of my favorite inventions that I've ever made. This is the gun.
The gun. It's got a nice
What
ring
does
to
it-
it.
Do have you
What
told out of character? Have you told me what it does before?
I think Genesis has mentioned offhandedly the gun to Athena, but has never actually explained it. This is probably the first time Athena has seen it.
You've used the word gun before, but I don't quite know what it entails.
If I ever need to use it, you'll be able to see how it is. It's not a very safe thing to fire off indoors, but hey, look, if Tarragon, Ellie, and Acacia are going upstairs and Tarragon has the big sword, that's all covered, and I've got the gun, and I've got Athena and Tawny, we're all set.
We're all set.
Tawny draws a slightly bigger knife, aka a dagger.
I
That's real.
honestly, I haven't brought any weapons with me. I just have my claws.
That's understandable. A
So
lot of
what
people
you
don't think they're
mostly-
going to get mugged in the
Staff.
desert.
And prayer.
I
And
mean,
that's mostly what I have.
to be fair, when you're traveling long distances, you usually want to travel lightly, and I mean, I can punch something instead.
I do have a dagger and a hand axe, but I believe that, the greatest weapon that we can use is our minds.
Usually calling someone a bitch ass motherfucker works for me.
Also that.
Yeah.
You have such a command of the language.
Whoa, look at that. You've made it to the middle of the video. Ain't that cool? I hope you're enjoying this little project. I spent a very, very, very long time working on it, and I'm very grateful to everybody involved who let it be a thing and let it exist. I don't want to keep you guys for too long, but if you are enjoying it, it would really help me out if you could leave a like on the video, subscribe to see the rest of the campaign, because, spoilers, it's more than one video, and if you want to keep up with other things that I do, you can find links to my other social media down in the description, as well as a place to send a little monetary support. Only if you've got it, no pressure, no pressure. And you can also find the links to everybody else involved. These are some very cool people. I love what they do, and I really enjoy working with them. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Hope you enjoy. Bye. Alright, so, you guys, so you're splitting off into two groups.
Groups of 3. Yeah.
Oh, groups of 3. So,
New groups of
Because there's
3.
6 of us.
there's 6 of you, yes, I can't count. So, but all of you heading deeper into the house, you're not lingering on the room you're in, you're going,
Yeah.
moving forwards. Okay, so,
You need more house.
the doorway into the hallway that I mentioned earlier is there. So there is the hallway, and then at the it's not a very big hallway. Hallway's not the right word, but that's and there's a staircase that goes upstairs. Underneath the staircase there is a grandfather clock, and at the end, opposite the base of the stairs, is a doorway leading into a living room.
I guess it's up to whichever group wants to go first.
Okay.
Splitting the party is a memed upon thing in D&D that you shouldn't do, but I think it's probably okay.
It's so
It's-
fine. Don't even worry about it. At least
we've
you're going in
got-
groups.
Oh, we got plenty of party member.
We'll go with the upstairs group first. So you guys going upstairs. So at the top of the stairs there is like a small landing area, space to stand, with 3 doors. You've just walked up the stairs. There is one door directly in front of you. There is one door to your right, and then one door that kind of requires you to go back on yourself. There's like the banister between the stairs and that, but it requires you to go back on yourself a little bit. 2 of the doors are shut, but the one to your right is open, and it leads to a bedroom.
Okay. I want to go into the open door first.
Okay.
And I'm just throwing this out there. I physically cannot be surprised.
Okay. I don't know why you're so scared.
I'm
Don't know why you felt the
described
need to
the
reiterate
weirdest-
that.
This suburban house in the middle of the desert with no other buildings around.
Let's see what's behind door number 1.
Technically, it's door number 2, but alright.
Let's see what's behind the. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so so you step into this room. It looks to be the master bedroom. It is quite large. There is a window at the back of it. And it's very grey. It's very dull and grey looking. there's a king size bed in the middle of the left hand wall. There is a bookshelf on the wall that the door is on, so you'd be looking directly to your left when you came through the door. And then there's side tables on each side of the bed, and on the wall opposite the bed there is a mirror.
Buck, I'm so sorry. My brain doesn't work so good. You said, is there a wardrobe, or is there drawers, or is...
There's a little side table, two little side tables on each side of the bed, but as far as you can see, for just standing in the doorway and looking, there is no wardrobe.
That's a bit weird. I step into the room, and nothing happens to me.
Nothing happens.
And nothing bad ever happens to Ellie. Same deal as downstairs. I'm gonna go through all these fucking drawers.
Okay.
I'm gonna many drawers as there are in this room.
There's only 2 drawers.
My grubby hands are going in them.
So on the left-hand side of the bed, other thing you would notice is that only one side of the bed looks like it's been slept in recently. The sheets are slightly messy. So on the side of the bed that is not messy, the side of the bed that is tidy, there is there's like a lamp on the, like a little reading lamp on the bedside table. There's like a little tray containing some jewelry, a couple of rings, and yeah, and then you open the drawer and there is a box.
What kind of box?
It's a little box about the size of your hand, would fit, easy to hold.
Yeah, like a ring box.
It's
a little bit bigger, I would imagine.
A bit bigger. It's got some numbers on it and a button.
Oh, it begins. It begin in the beginning. I'm going to pick up this fucking box.
Okay.
And I take it. And I look at the jewelry. And I think for a long second. And then I go look somewhere else. That's in one of the bedside tables.
Yes.
What about the other one?
On the other side there is another reading lamp. It's symmetrical, and there is a very, very tiny notebook on the side. And then
all of this, Tarragon is just kind of watching Ellie.
And then in the drawer on that side, there is just like a watch, a pair of socks, like just some random shit. Nothing that particularly piques your interest.
Except the notebook.
Except the notebook, I guess.
You already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
You already know who it is. It's me, Dionysus, the loves reading notes guy.
Amnesia fan VC.
Shut the... I hate that that's true!
We sat down and played a machine for pigs together, okay?
Okay, I'm opening up this notebook. What the fuck does it say, gay boy?
Nothing, it's empty.
Well, if they're not using it.
I feel like a hate crime was just committed.
Ellie's on some don't mind if I do type shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellie?
Hmm?
Please put that back.
Which one?
Both of them.
It's an empty notebook.
And this is someone's house.
Belongs to someone. Yes, exactly. Don't let's not steal from an empty house that we found in the middle of the great desert. I feel like setting aside morals, that's just a bad idea.
There's nothing in it.
Ellie, I have a question for you.
What's up?
How old are you?
Asking a lady her age?
Okay, so you're old enough to
Attention.
know better. Put
I'm
it back.
25,
Put it back.
and
You are old enough to know better than to
it's
steal.
very presumptuous of you to assume what I know. I'll put the notebook back, but I'm very interested in this box. I rattle it around. Bug, what do I hear?
You hear a sound of there's an object in there. It sounds like the box is maybe lined with some kind of fabric, so it's slightly muffled, but it sounds like there is an object inside that has a decent weight to it.
Just one thing.
Yeah, just one thing.
Okay. I'm putting the notebook back. But I am interested in this box. And don't pretend like you're not either.
I'm
If-
not.
If this is if somebody has lived here recently and this box belongs to them, I will gladly give it back. But until
My
then,
point is that if this box belongs to someone and you are taking it, they are not going to look kindly on you, and then they are not going to look kindly on any of us. And there are people here who have a wedding to go to.
I
well
have a
then,
child to get home to, and I would quite like to not get arrested.
Exactly.
you're not
What
even
you
the
do reflects on
slightest-
all of us.
You're not even what I do reflects on all of you. I met you an hour ago. You are honestly not even the slightest bit curious about what is in this box.
I don't want to be the accomplice to a crime.
That's how accomplices work. If we're in the same area, it doesn't matter how long we've known each other. If I watch you steal this thing, then I'm implicated, and I really, really don't want to get involved with the law, because that would be really bad for me.
I'm sorry that I've upset you so much. I'm going to put the box on the bed. And then I put the box on the bed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I was not upset. I believe that we should have some sense of morals.
Of course. You seem to be a fine parent. I felt scolded, and I'm not even your child. Anyways.
Holly is
Okay.
rapidly realizing that nobody at this party is fun, and unfortunately has the wrong version of this furbog to be okay with stealing. So even if I were here,
We're gonna go to the downstairs, and then we'll come
Mhm.
back to you guys again, just to make sure nobody's sitting in silence for a long time. So,
That's fair.
downstairs crew.
Downstairs.
So you guys, you also went into the hallway, I assume?
Mhm.
You followed into the hallway.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you would head into the living room, unless you stay in the hallway.
Yeah, we can head into the living room.
Sorry, I'm
We
not
can
trying
head
to
into the
push you in a direction, I keep fucking up.
That's okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the living room. There's a big window on the back of the house that lights up the room, and it's a pretty cozy looking place. It's kind of split in half a little bit, so that the half closest to the door that you've entered through is like a study area. There's like a bookshelves lining the walls and a desk. And then the half closest to the window, there's a couple of sofas kind of arranged facing each other. It just looks very cozy.
Nice place. Can I roll an investigation check? And specifically, I'm looking for if there's any signs of anyone, or if there's any signs of a struggle, or if there's any signs of recent activity.
You sure as hell can.
can I get in
Alright.
on this?
Absolutely.
We're investigating around. I don't think I'm going to, like, touch or move anything specifically unless it looks like broken or damaged. Thumbs up.
Tawny is rifling through everything again. As they look
And after
around.
I'm done with this investigation check, I'm putting everything
Investigation,
right
that is a
fucking
19.
back. That's great, because I got
An
a 10.
8.
So we've got an 8, a 10, and did you say 19?
Yes.
Okay.
Could have been higher if I used guidance.
The room looks, I wouldn't say pristine, but it looks fine. It looks lived in, but it's got a little bit of dust like the kitchen. There's no signs of a struggle or anything. Everything looks to be in the place that it should be. For your 19, the desk looks like there is some paperwork and things on it that is a little messy, but not, yeah, there's nothing on the floor, there's no big mess, it's just normal.
No, like, spilled ink or...
Nope.
I assume that this was on Athena's 19s, but so does Athena point this out to Genesis?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I look at the papers and then can I touch them and like kind of try and rearrange them in the correct order that they're supposed to be in?
You sure as hell can look at the papers. So, on this desk, there is a mix of official looking documents and letters of correspondence. There is also a journal. There is a journal that looks like it belongs to a child. It has one of those little little tiny flimsy locks on it, like the heart-shaped locks. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But there is a mix of official looking documents and some letters of correspondence between people on the main part of the desk.
Where are the letters of correspondence like addressed to and from?
Okay, so are you just reading them? You can just read them.
Yeah, I'll give them like a brief like skim through, note down like the names, and then I'll probably like organize them by like date, like putting the newest ones on top and the oldest ones on the bottom.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to read it as if you have read it because Echo has said that Tawny would immediately pick them up and try and read them. So, the letters tell of a correspondence between a Matthew and a Rory. Putting them in date order, you would see that they start out pretty civil but quickly devolve. Matthew is concerned about their brother's habits, the magic they are dealing with. They fear for their brother's safety, but respect that he is an adult and can look after himself. However, they fear for his children more. Not that they don't trust him, but they know his children are smart, and they don't want them getting anywhere they shouldn't and ending up hurt. Rory assures them time and time again that his true workspace is hidden away, that he is keeping himself safe and of sound mind, and, more importantly, he is making sure it is near impossible for his children to end up hurt. Matthew does not believe him. They are incredibly worried. They are considering making the journey to visit, as a friend and as family, and to see the kids. But more importantly, to check that all the safety measures do truly exist. And you would also notice part of the correspondence laid out on the desk, there is a half-written letter.
What's the half-written letter say? Is that the most recent one?
Yes. So,
okay.
The letter abandoned on the desk is part of this correspondence. It is addressed to Matthew. The beginning of the letter reads, "If you are so insistent on coming out to visit me, then I will not object, but you are wasting your time. I have told you time and time again that what I am doing is perfectly safe and that there is nothing you need to worry about. You are being needlessly overbearing, and it is beginning to get on my nerves. If you wish to come and visit, then that is fine. If you wish to check my safety measures, then that is fine. But I will not let you sit there and tell me how to parent my own children when you have no idea what is going on. She always called me overly paranoid. I am shocked that you would walk the other road, insulting my preparations. I have gone above and beyond to keep my children safe. You will see. The sentence is finished, but the letter isn't signed off, and the page is only half full, implying that the writer wanted to continue. There's a few dots of ink as if somebody had gone to write, but decided against it.
Ooh, okay.
So
So it appears as if this letter was never sent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Before you
yeah.
say anything about the contents of the letter, I'd just like to have Athena say, are you really sure we should be snooping like this?
Yeah,
Here, so
I
why
don't-
not?
I don't like
well,
this.
we weren't we weren't exactly invited. I feel I might have crossed a line here. You know what? We're just gonna put these back, and we're not going to take any of them. And if we run into this guy, we can just pretend like we never read them. Okay.
Like
yeah.
lying. Because that's
I mean,
also
it's
morally
not lying
great.
if he doesn't ask about them. You know, if it like comes up in conversation and he says something about it, then we'll admit it. But if we just don't tell him that we didn't read the letters, that's not a lie, right? And yeah, we won't take anything, we won't steal anything. We'll just look at them and then put them back as they should be.
Sorry, you say that with Tawny right next to you, who's already stolen 2 forks.
And has Tawny visibly stolen these 2 forks, or am I gonna have to insight check you?
I mean, it wasn't. They did try and keep it a little hidden.
Can I roll an insight check on you? Do you mind?
Yeah, I will deceive you in return.
Yeah, I will say, do insight versus deception, or Tawny, you can do sleight of hand to see if it would have been noticed. But deception, if you're just being like, yeah, I didn't take
Oh,
anything.
that's not a very good roll. Oh, that's not very good. That's well, on the dice is a 2.
Ooh, 2.
That's a 9. That's a hot 9 from me.
2 doubloons.
16 from me. You
You
ain't getting
Athena
shit
does
from
not
this
notice shit.
Okay.
But
cool.
Bug, you said there was something wrong with a kid with a flimsy little lock on it.
There was a children's diary. You know those like,
Yeah, I know the
password
one.
journals. It's like
Can
got
I
those
try
vibes.
and gently pick the lock? Can I try and pick the lock without breaking it?
You're gonna pick the lock on this child's
That's
diary?
journal
like,
that
have
belonged to
thieves' tools?
somebody.
Yes.
That's
Oh.
worse than what I did! I just wanted to steal a lockbox.
Yeah, you can pick
Why?
the lock.
Yeah. You want me to roll something?
No, you can pick the lock.
Great. All lock picked. Can I read the diary?
Yeah, you can. Okay.
I noticed Tawny doing this, right? Like, it's obvious.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are not being.
I will reiterate. Are you sure we should be doing this?
I mean, door was open. It was unlocked, and if they didn't want someone to look at it, they should have had a better lock.
I mean, given the contents of the
Having
letter,
a lock is...
maybe they didn't have a choice. Maybe they aren't here for some reason, and we're just kind of breaking and entering, and they had no actual way to give an objection about it. Yeah,
I mean,
just,
we didn't break anything. We're just entering. There's nothing wrong with entering.
breaking and entering is to be seen. Okay, if you want to read it, just please put it back where, like, right here. Genesis is still, like, sorting through the documents and, like, taps on the desk. Just, when you're done, put it, like, right back here.
And that's why I didn't break the lock.
okay. So,
Okay.
you are going to read the journal.
Yes.
So, inside, it's a normal diary. Each entry starts with Dear Diary. The handwriting is messy but careful, suggesting that the child is quite young. There are no dates, but there are a few drawings to go along with some of the entries, mostly featuring a small girl in a pink dress. Some of the drawings feature a cat, who seems to be very well loved, and some feature a presumably older child, drawn slightly taller than the girl, and most often depicted wearing yellow. So, the stories told within the journal are normal, childish things. Going to school, talking about friends, complaining about homework. As you read on, you come across more stories about the other child, the one in yellow, protecting the writer. Their parents are yelling a lot. The child is happy when the mother leaves and never comes back. All of them are happy, relieved, even if their dad looks sad sometimes. Do you want to keep reading?
Yes.
Okay. It continues on talking about her dad's hobbies, how he gets a lot of books and fun items, and how he meets many new people that the children usually aren't allowed to talk to, but their dad always has fun stories to tell them afterwards. The child in yellow has been spying on their father because they were curious. The writer is scared of getting into trouble, but is also curious. Their father disappears for long stretches of time to do his work, but they never see him leave out the door. He's just there, and then not. Do you want to continue reading?
Yeah, we're reading the entire thing.
Okay.
We're nosy as hell.
The yellow child found a secret room, hidden by the bookshelf, and followed their father in. They never came back. Their father got very sad after that, and made the writer promise to never try to follow him to the basement. And that is the end of the journal.
Hey guys, I think we to the basement.
Okay, normal shit to find in a child's journal.
Tawny closes the journal and lets it lock again. Okay, guys, who wants to go to the basement with me?
You can ask somebody. You can. I'm sure Ellie would like to go with you down there, but yeah, I'm not going down there.
I feel as though I'm missing something important. And judging by the fact that snooping led to it, I don't know that it's good, the path you're on.
I mean, if they don't want someone to look through their stuff, they should have protected it better. That's the rule.
That's not...
And
They did protect it. They're a child.
yeah, they had a whole lock on it. What do you think locks are for? Decoration? A little
usually.
extra home motif? Fights you with my decorative
usually.
motif? That wasn't in character. Okay, you know what? You can have whatever consequences you want for this action. That's your burden to bear. Have fun over there. Yeah.
I just don't like this.
Yeah. I don't like this place. I'd say once again, we should have bought boat tickets. Would have been a much better investment, but you know what? We'll be fine. Hey, Bug?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have Genesis have read those official-looking documents, while Tarragon... Not Tarragon. Your name's not Tarragon, your name's Tawny. The fucking
They both start with
teeny
TA.
tiny bitch.
You can't be calling your fellow player a bitch. You gotta call the dungeon master a bitch.
I'll do it. He'll kill me, but I'll do it. Okay. Look, what does this official document say? Genesis is also putting them in date order, just like the letters.
Well, with the date order, with the letters, you were mostly going based off the flow of conversation. You actually can't find dates on things.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, there's a police car outside.
Policia.
Shut up!
Somebody
Shut up.
I can
called
hear it
the
so
feds on
faintly.
Tawny. The feds. They're en route to your house, Bug.
Alright. So, but yeah, the official documents,
You mean-
also no dates on those. There's a variety of things, boring shit like taxes. But a lot of them that are similar are all related to divorce procedures.
I'm so sorry. Divorce isn't funny. Divorce isn't funny.
Oh, okay. Okay, divorce. Divorce. Okay. Genesis will, like, skim read it, and then we'll put the papers back, and it's just like, there's nothing really useful in them. Nah, I didn't really find anything. Anyway,
Okay,
well, okay.
we're gonna switch back to the upstairs group now. If that's alright?
Thumbs up.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, crew that is upstairs, you have found a lockbox, which you have...
I'm not allowed to pick up.
You're not allowed to
I'm
pick up.
not allowed. Me.
See, the
Okay,
assumption that you're
boo-boo.
making is Tarragon is going to do anything about it if you do pick it up.
I'm sorry, what?
The assumption that you're making is that if you do pick it up, Tarragon is going to do anything.
Squints at you. Hey guys, what if?
If you want the quinces to conce you, be prepared to be quince!
I need
motherfucker.
to know what's inside that fucking lockbox! Oh, fuck.
You're like a FNAF fan.
Shut the fuck up.
I love not knowing what that means.
Am I wrong?
Yes!
Now I'm thinking, oh fuck, do I want to make a sleight of hand check once those two are turned around? Ooh, what do I have to sleight of hand? What do I have to sleight of hand? Ba 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 ba. A plus
Because
0.
you're
I
a native
don't.
speaking. You should do it.
See, Tarragon is against picking up the box. I'm not. I want to know what's in there. Tarragon, one, has, like, a moral compass and doesn't like the idea of stealing, and two, really does not want to get in trouble with the authorities for very specific reasons.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go through the other rooms while I sit on it.
Okay.
Fair,
And just
fair.
do. Okay, I want to go into the other room. Not the one that we had to, like, loop back around, the other one.
The other one? Okay, so, that room, you, open that door. It was just shut, it wasn't locked or anything. You open the door, and are greeted by another bedroom. It's a lot smaller than the grey one. There is still a window. This is the upstairs window you could see from outside, because this is the front of the
Right.
house. It's a small but cozy room. It's all themed yellow. The walls yellow, the bedspread, the pillows. There is a bed pushed into the corner with a small set of drawers beside it. At the foot of the bed, there's another chest of drawers, and there's a shelf above the bed holding a handful of books, toys, and other miscellaneous stuff.
So, I can glean that this is a child's room.
Yeah, you could reasonably make that assumption.
Yeah. Shit.
There is also a cat bed on the floor next to the main bed.
Shit. Okay. Alright. I think Ellie is going to much more gingerly this time, very carefully open up the drawers and see what's going on there.
Yeah, so inside this drawer there is a handful of, there's jewelry again, but not so much, and it seems mismatched and a little bit dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like some coloring pencils, a couple of coloring books, a stuffed animal, a little white rabbit, and yeah, amongst the metal trinkets. Amongst the metal trinkets, there's also like some cutlery that also seems in a similar state to the jewelry, like mostly forks and spoons.
Right.
Yeah,
Something like, but are they real or are they very clearly like toys?
they're real, but they're clearly not new. They're clearly not meant to be used.
Mm-hmm.
They almost look like rubbish.
Right. Right.
A child
Um.
lives here.
Yeah.
Or
And a
I'm.
cat.
We haven't. I. We haven't seen anyone,
No.
and usually people don't live out in the middle of the desert like this. And if they do, they don't. I wouldn't. If they
I.
aren't here, then where are they?
They didn't. They couldn't have just packed up and moved away. Because look at this. And I pick up the rabbit. Look at this.
They wouldn't leave that behind. No,
No
that's.
child would leave this behind. Look at all these pencils and these coloring books and all of and this cutlery. Somebody
And the
lived
cat bed.
here. And the
Someone lived
cat.
here.
Why would they? Why if I either we're gonna find a cat skulking around here, or they took the cat and not the cat bed, and no child would do that.
I I think something very, very bad happened here.
I'm starting to think so too. But
I'm
somebody
not
needs
sure.
to. We need to find out what happened here.
That's the problem, isn't it? This is a dangerous thing, I think, to be investigating, but I don't want more people to get hurt. If people I didn't
If
I didn't come here to solve a mystery in a house in the middle of the desert.
you think I did, I
I
didn't.
know you didn't. I know you didn't. But I
I
wasn't expecting a moral dilemma a day or so into the journey.
less than 6 hours into the journey. I thought at least at hour 8, that's when we were gonna start getting down to brass tacks, you know? But no, I need to find out what happened here, or I'm gonna go fucking insane. They're gonna have to lock me up in the fucking loony bin. I need to find out what happened here, and I need to find out what happened here today.
Look, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I roll some sort of check to see if I can figure out like the rough time frame of like the last time somebody had been in this room, like other than us, obviously.
Mm-hmm. That's a good
Like
one.
like dust. There has to be dust settling on things.
Roll investigation.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. Hold on. Hold on. We're cooking. Investigation. 14.
For that, I will tell you that this room is dustier than the other rooms that you have been in before.
Okay, so there is more dust in here than the other rooms. So whatever happened here happened before everything else.
So
This
the
kid has
kid.
not been in this house for longer than anybody else, I would assume.
So probably happened in a different room in the house. Okay. Let's go check on that other one. And then we'll go downstairs.
Also, it's worth noting Acacia is visibly not having a good time figuring out what they are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys head across the hall to the other bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so open the door. It's another small bedroom. This time the walls are pink. There is a window leading to the outside of what would be the side of the house. It's arranged similarly to the yellow room, with a bed shoved in the corner, a couple of chests of drawers, bookshelf. The bedspread is purple. The walls are pink, and curled up on the bed, there is a cat. And we have art of this cat drawn by the wonderful Chekinder,
Yep.
which I have put in VC and will be showing on screen right now.
Oh,
kitty.
Kitty!
Holy shit.
So,
Look at that little baby.
yeah. So you enter this room, and this little cat kind of lifts its head and looks at you, and like tilts its head, and then goes, meow.
Does this
my
cat does this cat does it look in any way malnourished?
It looks scruffy and old and skinny in the way that older cats tend to do,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't look like it's suffering. It looks like it's just old.
And the door was closed.
The
Fully
door-
closed.
The door was pushed closed, like it wasn't locked in any way, or like it was just shut.
Tarragon is going to fish a small piece of dried meat out of its bag and give it to the cat.
The cat, he sniffs at your hand a little bit, and he looks a little shy as he approaches, staying quite low, but he takes the meat from your hand and then scurries off to the other side of the bed to eat it. But he's not scarfing it down like he's starving, you know, but he looks appreciative.
Okay.
Tarragon nods.
So, okay. We found the cat. So, and the cat doesn't seem like it's if it had heard us walking up the stairs and it had been starving, it would have made a lot of noise, right?
Yes.
To try and get out of the room.
Yes.
But it didn't. So I don't think they would have left the cat behind. This door was closed. I believe it was with the intent that somebody would come back into this room. Whoever closed this door probably intended to go back into this room. So I don't think they just packed up and left.
Whatever
And
happened here was recent. Because that cat is not starving. It's just acting like a cat does when it has food.
Mm-hmm.
Something bad happened here.
This is another children's room, so now we know I'm tempted to say that there's one adult in this family because I only saw one side of the bed that looked slept in, and there's one adult, two children. Bug, does this bed look smaller than the one in the other child's room?
Not really. They're both just small-ish beds. But at a guess, you could look around the room and assume that this child is a bit younger.
Mm-hmm. Is there a chest of drawers?
Yeah.
You already know who it is.
So there was a chest of drawers at the end of the bed and a sort of bedside cabinet with one drawer in it, same as the other kid's room. Which are you going for?
I'm gonna go for the bedside cabinet first.
Bedside cabinet. Okay. In this bedside cabinet, there is just two things. There is a book of fairy tales, and there is a charm bracelet.
What does it look like?
The charm bracelet?
Yeah.
It's the chain itself is silver. The charms hanging off it look mismatched, as if it wasn't a charm bracelet to begin with. It was just had charms added to it. The charms themselves range from there's like a little flower, a watering can, a cupcake, a ladybird, just cute little stuff. Some of them, or all of them, look tarnished and worn, including the bracelet chain itself. It looks old.
Right. Ellie holds this in her hand, and her eyes go from the charm bracelet to her sort of green bangle to her bead bracelet. And she, I think, puts it on top of the bedside table, and then she picks up the children's book and kind of flips through it just to see if maybe there's anything in there. Any
Okay.
like writing or anything from a
So,
child.
flipping through the children's book, it is a book of fairy tales. And one of the fairy tales has uh, a number of crayon drawings around it.
Raising my hand, Tarragon is going to be looking over Ellie's shoulder at specifically the fairy tale book.
Okay.
What may I ask if this is an insane question? What is the fairy tale in question about, the one with all the drawings around it, and what are the drawings?
So the drawings seem to be almost illustrating the fairy tale, but they're not quite right. Almost as if the person drawing had their own interpretation of what they think the characters should look like, or as if they have placed things familiar to them in place of the characters in the story. The story itself is a story about a princess. A princess who had many, many fancy things, lots of jewelry, lots of clothes, lots of toys, anything she could possibly want. But she was unhappy with it until one day a crow came to her window and gave her a bottle top. And she delighted in that because the crow had brought her something that was special to it. The crow was not attempting to win her favor. It just brought her something that it liked, that it thought that she would like. And she learns the value of the moral of the fairy tale, which you could assume as an adult reading it. It's about, instead of valuing material wealth, it's valuing the meaning behind things and the more sentimental side as opposed to the monetary value of things.
Ellie looks at her bead bracelet again and then closes the book.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this kid liked fairy stories. And I put it back. And I pick up the charm bracelet and I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And now I'm
Tarragon
gonna
is going to, without a word, turn and walk out of the room, walk straight into the room where the open window was, get the box off the bed, and return and hold it out to Ellie.
Yeah?
You wanted to open it.
I did. I take
We need
it.
to know what happened here.
We need to know what happened here. And now I'm gonna go through the fucking chest of drawers. Anybody else want to fucking make me want to throw up?
The chest of drawers is just full of clothes.
Ah, it's full of clothes.
It's
Uh,
a little girl. Lots of frilly pink things. Lots of pink and purple. A couple of yellow items. But yeah,
cute.
it's just clothes.
Do little girls really dress like this now? Huh.
Question. Bug?
Mm-hmm.
How common is this fairy tale? Like, is this fairy story published in a lot of books?
It's not the most common in that exact iteration, but you've probably heard a similar story with a similar moral. But,
Okay, then, yeah. Tarragon has read that story before.
Yeah,
because
probably.
Tarragon, like, literally, I don't even know if I mentioned this to you, Tarragon has a thing with fairy tales.
Yep, okay, so Tarragon knows the story then. That's completely...
And I have a thing with fairies. Who said that?
Hello?
And is there anyone in the room with us right now that has a thing with fairies? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Wait. I don't know if I can hear it. Anyways, we should go downstairs.
Before we do,
Mm-hmm.
does the window open? Like, is it like locked or anything? It's openable, or is it like unopenable?
It's openable.
I'm gonna crack the window open so that the cat, like, if it wants, it can. I know we're in the middle of a desert, but like, it's better than being trapped in the house.
I see.
So
Are you
I'm gonna crack
particularly...
the window open.
You particularly looking out the window, or are you just cracking it just for the cat? You're not.
I'll crack it open, but I'll also like take a peek out.
Okay.
What the fuck?
He's rolling?
Excuse me?
Why is he rolling?
What do you see out the window? Let me look. Let me check.
Okay,
What do
let's
you-
let's see.
As you're looking out the window, you notice and you think, how did I not notice this before? It's nighttime.
Hey guys, how long have we been in here?
About 30, 45 minutes, I think. I'm not wearing a watch.
Acacia's gonna move out of the way of the window and just kind of like gesture at it. It's dark out.
What the fuck?
That's...
Not possible.
No.
No, it is very possible, but it's not good. That-
No.
What do you care to elaborate?
It's possible because it's happening to us, but it shouldn't be happening.
Can't argue with
Yeah.
that. Watertight.
No, yeah. I think we should go find the others.
Yeah, yeah. And when we all meet up, let's all talk about how much we really value solving the mystery of this house. Should we bring the cat? Or
Can I pick up the cat?
You absolutely can. If you didn't, the tt was gonna follow you anyway.
All right, I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna scoop the cat up like this.
visual aid.
Really good
Visual
prop.
Unwilling participant knew it.
She was sleeping. I just
I
scooped her up. She
knew
doesn't know what the fuck just happened.
Oh,
Waking,
she's grungle.
waking here.
The grungle.
I'm
Okay.
posting the pictures.
So, You guys are gonna head back downstairs, but I'm gonna call a break there because it's been 2 hours.
So
Oh,
true.
shit,
Yeah. Under normal circumstances, I would be saying, and that is the end of the session. But it is not. This session lasted for about 5 hours because we're crazy. So for viewing ease, it is split into 2 parts. That second part is coming very, very soon. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back here. And we'll see you soon with the second half of this session and the other 2 parts of the next session. Because it's a big story. Well, it's a little story, but it's a fun story. Maybe. And I hope you enjoy. So don't forget to come back. Thanks for watching. Bye.